Uvažene Dame i Gospodo, meine Damen und Herren, liebe Freunde, liebe Kollegen, ladies and gentlemen. We had some 6 years ago a Balkan conference in this university, and it was about the strategic concept aiming to promote a higher degree of territorial integration. Now everybody knows territorial integration came along, quite along, but not yet finished. And this is one of the main topics today, to continue the dialogue and the discussion with our neighboring countries in the southeastern space. The Republic Agency for Spatial Planning in Belgrade was presenting the spatial plan for the Republic of Serbia, 4th of June. I was personally invited to the Sava Center in Belgrade, and I was deeply impressed when Professor Stojkov was presenting the spatial plan, but also the president, Mr. Tadic, and Oliver Dulic, the Minister for Environment and Spatial Planning. They both were talking brilliantly from the political point of view to implement the spatial plan. And I tell you, I was so fascinated that I said, I was asking both Professor Stojkov and Minister Dulic, was asking them, would you like to come to Vienna? And I was inviting them to come here, and this is the day when it happens. Our topic, spatial planning in the Danube region, a comparison of Serbia and Austria. Now, as you know, spatial planning has various paradigms. We have top-down, bottom-up approaches, and this will be one of the main issues today to discuss it from the point of view what we can learn for our personal activities. The idea of this symposium is a comparison in spatial planning between Austria and Serbia, and mainly what already Josef Klössl was talking about, what we can learn from each other in terms of spatial planning, what we can learn, and this will be the dialogue in the late afternoon. Professor Stojkov will present the Serbian spatial plan, Christoph Schremmer the Austrian spatial development strategy. Finally, hopefully, Erhard Busek will come, challenging of European cohesion policy in the Danube region. Now, Busek was already writing many articles about our southeastern space, and one of the books published by Petric, Svilanovic and Solios, Serbia Matters. It is a book last year published, and Busek said, I'm very convinced that Serbia has a key role to play, and not only in the region itself. This calls for a more substantial Serbian dialogue with its neighbors and the rest of Europe. And this is why we are here, and hopefully we will continue this dialogue in the future. We will have, after the lectures at the beginning, a panel discussion. Thanks for coming, Rudi Giffinger and Kurt Buchinger. I also want to say many thanks for preparatory work in summertime, Christoph Schremmer, Giffinger, and Kurt Buchinger, where we are sitting together already in August, September to discuss the details, and also Wolfgang Blas, he had to go to Oman for a research project, just very briefly. Then I will ask also, because Wolfgang Blas is not here, I will ask Mr. Secharov and Maria Nevenic to make the continuation, to organize with us together the continuation to the final panel discussion. Now, what we want to achieve, this is the place where we are. Maybe you have seen it on the top of the university. It's called Bodenkultur. Boden has in German two meanings. I was asking today what it means in Serbian. It's more the definition of soil, as far as I understand. In German language, it means land use from above and the soil underneath. And that's one word, and we have it as a meaning of our universities, the culture of the Boden. This means all our activities on top, but also underneath, which for me is a brilliant synergetic mixture between technical, ecological, natural science issues. Therefore, land use planners or physical planners usually don't grasp the meaning of soil when talking about Boden, and also mostly vice versa. I personally was studying architecture and spatial planning at the Technical University, and I remember we as architects and spatial planners never heard anything about soil and the necessity. Both of us, Professor Stoikov and myself, were students in the last 5 years from Professor Blum. Professor Blum was explaining us the deep meaning of the multifunctionality of land use and soil, and this is where we are very thankful, because Dr. Stoikov was writing, if the soil will be the victim, the ultimate victim will be the people. And this is for me a perfect combination between our two disciplines. He was writing it with the soil use pentagon. Today we want to discuss the planning approach of our two countries, Serbia and Austria, and how to deal with spatial planning strategies, rather top-down or bottom-up, and this we will discuss later on in the panel discussion.